Well, we're used to seeing these two teams playing a best of 7, but not today. A best of 5 in the lower bracket between NRG and Faze. One of these teams not in position currently to make the major, and that's NRG, Subi. This is a big match for them.
Yeah, this is insane. I thought that we were casting the grand finals today just based on this matchup, but here we are, NRG and Faze Clan finding themselves in the lower bracket. Loser gonna have to pack their bags, and as the desk was alluding to, so much is on the line for NRG today.
We'll see how they start things off. It has not been a good spring for NRG. They have lost to the upstart qualifier teams. In the first regional, I mean, I wouldn't call Rogue upstart. They've certainly been around for a while, but you know, they got 3-0'd by Ghost, 3-0'd by Rogue last regional, and this regional, they end up getting 3-0'd by Torrent. So no shortage of qualifier teams taking down NRG in the spring. But for Faze, it's kind of been business as usual. This team constantly finding themselves in the top 4, but not having a single grand final appearance since adding Typical to the roster, Subi. This could be big if they win this to move on and maybe get that first grand final appearance with Typical.
Yeah, one of those teams that's just taken a little more time to gel together. And that's funny to say because they are dominating and they are getting those 3rd and 4th spots. But when you see First Killer, AJ, Typical all on the same roster, you expect greatness. But Justin gonna put this one underneath the crossbar and strike first for NRG. So important.
And you saw that demo from Garrett open up the gap. AJ did get into position in time, and he honestly, that's about as good as it can get for AJ to come in. Your teammate gets demoed, you're in the right spot, but Justin just put it right above his bumper. He couldn't make contact. And they start out, Justin, I feel like Justin's done with the nonsense. Yesterday, he flips on the, what essentially looked like a clown car to get NRG to this point, but Faye's gonna respond. His First Killer get the next goal.
And that's been the sharpshooter of the Slurpee Cup so far, First Killer. Most in goals per game, and he's showing you why right there. Immediately ties this game right back up, and that shot placement was a thing of beauty.
His offensive output has been unreal this season. First Killer, even though Faze have not been able to get by that 3rd, 4th mark, I think that's what's keeping a lot of people from being like, First Killer is definitely the clear away NA MVP. But he's certainly in that race, and I think it's only going to take one appearance for First Killer to start making that one happen. NRG got the push. Garrett lets it go, and Squishy gets the goal. Garrett leaves it on the back wall, and it leaves the opening for Squishy.
Yeah, look at the comms here. You know Garrett wanted to go, but Squishy called him off saying, I've got this. And the fact that he tucks it in between 3 Faze defenders, absolute brilliance from Squishy and NRG. The communication live and well, and if you're a fan of them, you've got to be happy so far this weekend.
Justin off the kickoff, taken away by Typical. He's all over the ball early on. First Killer gonna get the quick pass from Typical. First Killer slips across to the right and puts it in! First Killer again gives Faze a quick response.
And all it takes is this little delay here right inside the box. Squishy thinks the flick's going there, and no, once he sees him go, First Killer just tucks it in inside post. And First Killer, a man on a mission today. It's been a long time since NRG has been able to take down Faze Clan. You've got to rewind the clocks all the way back to fall. All throughout the winter split, it was all Faze Clan, and NRG looking to end that now.
Faze have been able to quickly respond to each of NRG's goals, though. Justin slips underneath AJ, now with control. Ball skirts out to the opposite side of Faze territory. Nothing quite developing just yet, but Faze got a quick pass to Typical. Justin gets in front. How can NRG move forward here? Garrett just trying to control the ball, keep that neutral game strong. Justin came back on the rotation and misses the ball with Squishy. First Killer punches it across. Here comes another shot, but it's wide. Justin carries the ball, takes it away from First Killer. Typical on the rotation. Quick pass back to First, denied by NRG. A little speedier on defense. It comes back for free on the rebound. A weak shot from Garrett, easily turned away. Squishy keeping the ball going for NRG. Typical gets in the way, and Faze able to stop these attacks from NRG and keep them out.
Yeah, and that shot that you saw there from Garrett was just to keep First Killer planted on that goal line to allow NRG another follow-up shot. And here comes Justin, gets beat out by Typical. Squishy alone on the back half, gonna have to clear that one away, does so. And AJ missing that ball. Little accuracy issues from him today. Excuse me, as that pass comes across. Justin well read. And you heard Leaf, Jorby, on the desk bringing up Justin this weekend and how he looks to be playing so well. And I agree, when you look at him through a nice set of lenses, he looks like he's playing great, but he's actually the lowest scorer for NRG this weekend, which is insane. So once he starts to wake up, which it looks like he is today, his opponents better be careful.
This one's off the backboard. Justin, he's been in service on defense for a lot of these pushes, and he came up with that initial touch, and now he's got the carry the other way. Justin, carry taken away by first killer. Garrett G next on the rotation. NRG getting stuffed here in the corners. And while Squishy keeps things locked, Faze are able to get another clear, and NRG can't really stay in the orange half for too long. First killer getting in front of this ball in the corner. Squishy looking for a clear finally. Garrett G's downfield, but that's going to be AJ's ball. First killer contending with Garrett. Faze are pushed back to the orange half yet again.
All three go for Faze, and you got to keep your eye on that in the defensive half. Make sure that you can capitalize that if you're NRG. Squishy going to push this through the corner. Good 50-50. It pops out, and this one's going to slow down. Justin had already rotated back. Garrett G thought the same, so a little delay, but they're able to maintain pressure here. And again, all three go. It's going to be an open net. And scrambling on defense is Faze Clan. They've got to clean that up.
Well, Squishy's catch was taken away by first killer. The end of regulation. NRG back on defense. Popped away by AJ. Justin up for this. He's got the touch. First killer waits for him. He's got the touch. Off the back wall. Squishy gets the touch. AJ and Typical rotating back. They want to play ball. Sends it flying. Justin got the catch again. First killer trying to get him out of the way. Sent down. We go to OT for game one.
Yeah, Justin very happy to send that one into overtime as Faze Clan getting so close to the goal here. And all through 5 minutes, AJ still not a shot on target, a shot from Typical there. And both teams so even on offense here, 6 apiece as Faze just got their 7th, but we're still waiting to see AJ get that first shot, and that could be the difference maker for Faze Clan.
Yeah, Typical's been the one looking at the net most often. He has 4 of those shots. I feel like Typical this weekend, this has been one of his better weekends so far. He has been really good in the shooting department overall. Pass from NRG denied by AJ, and Typical has a deletion to clear the path. Back over to first killer, shot, goal! Faze take game one.
Gets the hat trick on the overtime dagger, and look at this pre-flip to get the shot on target. How does he get the accuracy there? I don't know, but he takes Garrett G out of the equation, and all it can equal is goal for Faze Clan.
First killer, he's a man on a mission today. Gets the demo, takes the pass from Typical, got the hat trick. Typical getting the playmaker with 3 assists.
Shoo!
And you know what, Subi, you were saying you'd like to see AJ get a shot. AJ doesn't need to shoot.
Yeah.
8 shots between first killer and Typical alone were enough to get the job done against the general NRG.
Well, and that's what makes this team so dangerous, is when Typical is playing like he is, where he's just setting plays up left and right. AJ can sit back and play that third man, and when they're unselfish like that, that's when Faze Clan is most dangerous. And again, when you're looking over at Faze and you see Typical, okay, might not be hitting all the shots he want, might be getting the passes he want, AJ steps up and Typical will play the third man. But one thing is always constant with this Faze Clan roster. First killer is at the very front, putting pressure on his opponents, and more times than not, he is finding his mark.
Absolutely. I mean, first killer is insane. The dude could be a one-man army. I'm pretty sure he thinks that there's clones of himself on the field.
I think there's clones of him.
It certainly feels like it sometimes. When you're taking the demo and then you go out for the pass again for Typical. All right, let me set up myself, Typical. Can you just, shovel me the ball really quick? Like, it's not hard to use a shovel, Subi. Have you ever tried? Typical, all he's got to do is dump it to him.
Yeah,
Easy.
I don't miss that manual labor, I'll be honest.
Well, first killer, he's all about that hard work and manual labor. And he's gotten Faze their first game. NRG, they were really starting to set the pace and tone early in game one. But hang on a second, AJ just misses the double. Defended anyway. NRG locked back down here in the neutral zone. Actually, they don't. Nobody had boost. Squishy got demoed. Garrett G had to go get it. Pass in front. Put up by first killer. Faze putting the ball away from NRG. First killer shot denied. Garrett gets a demo on the back end to try to stall this offense from Faze, but it's just free ball in the third. AJ was unchallenged. Finally, Justin dives in front of it. AJ just rips the shot on target, and it's saved by Garrett G, who had to dive for that stop. and it was such a slow shot towards the net.
Oh my goodness, the first minute come and gone, and it was all FaZe Clan. It just felt like someone jingling keys in front of a baby saying, come get it. And NRG couldn't even get their fingers on the ball. As First Killer going to keep this ball alive in the blue half and still keep things going for FaZe Clan. NRG yet to have an answer for the offensive output from FaZe Clan.
One pushed across. NRG did set the tone in, oh my goodness, pass. Justin was reading that one the whole way. Able to get that touch out. NRG just weren't able to hold on to those leads in game one. See if they can set the tone again. But right now, it's been FaZe conducting the train. Typical, pushing that ball back down to First Killer. Driving through Squishy. FaZe get something set up here.
And NRG is playing very spread apart right now, and I think that's why FaZe Clan's having so much success with these follow-up touches. There's no one from NRG quite there ready, and doesn't matter right there. The spread apart offense works well for NRG as Justin tucks an under the crossbar.
That one's real powerful, and those two touches from Garrett caught First Killer out just a little bit, and it's not a bad position, but a ball shot at 125 kilometers per hour is always going to be difficult to save when it's put to the top shelf like that. Excellent placement from Justin.
Yeah, you love to see it again. Getting the first initial goal, but the big question is, can they hold on to it? What a save from Justin, but open net from it. Oh, he missed it! Off the crossbar, and disaster for FaZe Clan as they can't find their mark.
This typical was, he was going to be on the top 3 play or top 7 plays with that pass. And AJ's like, nah, not going to score that. Oh man, that one should definitely be tied up.
That was a shoo-in. That was a gimme. Look at a pass from NRG. Oh, nothing but money. Squishy finds Garrett G just poaching in the orange half.
Oh, the ball skips right off of AJ's car. Typical turns around, tries to get the pass, and he just misses it. And Garrett G gets the tip in. All of a sudden, what could have been a tie game has swung into NRG's favor by 2 goals.
Oh, massive swing there. You're going to be wondering, what if you're a fan of FaZe Clan, you got to keep going back to that wide open miss from AJ. And, you know, I brought up the fact in game number 1, he had no shots. Well, how about in game number 2, 3 shots and a massive miss? Nothing to show for it just yet. And NRG, seems like the tides have turned in their favor.
Garrett tried to crash the box. Now FaZe have control again. Here's Typical off the ceiling. Got the 50. First Killer was playing winger. He's going to pull out wide, allow AJ to come in. One touch out. First Killer still has to wait in the back of the rotation. Meanwhile, NRG managing as they can on defense. Starting to lose a little bit of that boost, but the corners are protected. Garrett G protects his own boost. Justin gets down the field, moves across in front of the box. NRG cut off the FaZe counterattack, but FaZe somehow wiggle their way out. First Killer with control. Gets underneath. Justin just gets the touch out. Squishy rotating back again. One thing NRG have been able to do on defense, protect their corner boost. That's allowed them to be speedy on defense, and they get another clear.
Protect the corner boost and their own net. I mean, they've turned away 6 shots so far from FaZe Clan, and another one coming. Justin's got to avoid the demo. Not gonna happen. First Killer pops it in, and when you give that much space to one of the best 1v1 players in the world, this is what's gonna happen.
Oh, and Justin, he had turned off. It was unfortunate. He thought maybe a 50 was coming, but First Killer got a perfect catch on that ball caught down. He turns around, tries to make up for it, but then like you said, as soon as he turns ball cam back on, he sees Typical right into his sights, and there's no way he could get back to the ball. Excellent job by Typical being the lead blocker and preventing Justin from having anything on that ball. But like you said, another bump gives NRG the 2-goal lead and negates that push from FaZe.
This might be the difference of what NRG was talking about, changing play styles. Is normally you'd see Garrett G just try and catch that ball, push it forward, go in a 1v1 with low limited boost, and yeah, it might lead to a little bit of offense, but probably not a goal. But in that situation, to bump the last defender completely away from the ball when you know he was going for boost, so he's got a low amount in the tank, such a smart play. And then Squishy just rolls it downfield on target. NRG looking to roll into their first victory of the series.
Oh, Typical and First Killer trying to combine there. That whole play was initially broken up by Squishy on the fake challenge, and it completely thwarted how FaZe wanted to approach with the ball. You saw them all positioned for the win on that challenge, or at least for something to happen. Still, they're going to push. Typical shot denied by Justin, who had 12 on the back wall, and a great follow-up from Squishy. Keeps Faze down by 2. Typical trying to push that ball up. Justin up for this. Managing on low boost that whole time, and he gets a massive clear for NRG.
First killer got the touch, but it hit his wheels, so it just skimmed right off. And NRG, as long as they deny this last shot attempt from Faze Clan, which isn't even going to come, looks like they are going to be just fine, A-OK. And they don't need to sound the panic alarms just yet, as this series is all knotted up.
Justin puts it on the ground, and NRG tie up the series. Yeah, you'd say that Justin has been lowest in terms of the scoring, but he's at the top of this game. 5 saves to Justin's name during that game. And how many times was he that uncomfortable on defense? He got picked on a couple of times, but most of the times Justin got the last laugh on Aquadome.
Well, and that last save was incredible. Typical was setting it up to where it looked like it was going to be a definite pass to First Killer, who was coming straight down the lane, and instead goes for a shot upper right 90, or upper left 90, I'm sorry. And the fact that Justin was able to recognize that, absolute brilliance. And he is the backbone of the general NRG right now, and just doing everything all over the place. But it really feels like right now they're a well-oiled machine. Everyone doing what they need to be doing. I mean, they just took that onslaught from Faze Clan, which, what was it, Jorby? The first minute and a half, they didn't even have any offense and just said, yeah, go ahead, we'll score when we get the chance. And they did it, which is incredible.
Yeah, and again, pointing back one more time to the one chance that Faze really had on net, which was that AJ attempt where he just couldn't find, or he couldn't sink it in. That could have changed the makeup of game 2, and it
right,
could have possibly put Faze in. Yeah, it could have been 2-0. I mean, this is best of 5. One more game, it would have been one match point for Faze. Now they got to fight a little bit longer. AJ close in that rotation, but he's got the grab. Typical going to back him up and push the ball downfield at the start of game 3.
Starting right back. Oh, big miss from First and Garrett, and another miss from AJ. The crossbar, the bane of his existence right now, and he's really got to settle in. And
where was he supposed to put that ball? I mean, he had 2 defenders in net. You had to go high. I mean, under the crossbar, maybe Justin gets that one. A lot of defenders in net, but
true.
You'd like to see them be forced to make a save, for sure. It's typical. Push that ball back down, and Faze, they start the game against Subi on offense. See if they can keep that pressure up against NRG. Really, we're looking stoic on defense. But Typical gets the touch, and it's taken away by Garrett.
Yeah, the big thing here is not seeing panic from NRG, and been in so many clutch moments. You know that they're just going to be able to hold strong on that back half, and they're just using their communications to their advantage, just making sure that, okay, 1 is going, I called it out. 2, I'm going, called it out. 3, yep, I'm last man back. I'm going to go ahead and play patient, let you guys rotate, and now I'll go. Calm's alive and well from NRG this weekend. We're seeing them on full display, and there's Garrett G falling back. You saw First Killer trying to read that one. AJ puts a shot on target, a little bouncer, but Garrett G back on that back wall to send it towards midfield.
Good catch from Typical. Squishy's jumped out to meet him. He's got the win and beats First Killer to the ball. NRG rushing to get set, but AJ's got a perfect catch on the transition. Here he comes towards the net. Takes it away. That was Garrett G. Pulls it off the side wall and gets another clear for NRG. Another chance for Faze on the transition. AJ couldn't get the grab, but he does push the ball out. And NRG are ready for every single Faze transition. Somebody's there in midfield to take the challenge, whether it be Squishy, Justin, or Garrett. All 3 of them have met the punch over in the neutral zone.
Oof. Good rotation back from Garrett G there. That one almost squirted all the way downfield into a goal as Squishy not going to allow First Killer the chance at getting that flip reset. And did Justin just pick the pocket? No, a little too wide. NRG reading Faze Clan very well right now, but still halftime is upon us, and both teams still all tied up 0-0. But again, it's Faze Clan out shooting NRG.
Typical got the touch against Garrett. First Killer can respond to Squishy, but then Justin booms it downfield. AJ plays it back to the corner. Faze playing more defense. Garrett stuffed. Squishy waits and tries to line that one up, but now First Killer worms his way out on defense. Can't get the second touch. It's Typical having to dive across. If Faze gets something set up here, every touch is broken up by NRG. AJ flips out of the play, and Garrett gets them out again.
Huge double touch there from Garrett G, able to push that ball downfield and get the offense started here from NRG. And you kind of see what I'm talking about, Jorby, where the spread out offense from NRG is alive and well. But oh my goodness, AJ got the touch to follow up. He almost got it under the crossbar, but somehow gets the second touch to go in.
Oh, he comes off the backboard, puts in the goal that he set up himself. That was wonderful work from AJ. He said, you know, the first shot is never working, so I just need to go for it again. And he finally got the mark. 1-0 Faze.
I think that play brought it to 11, I'll tell you what.
Garrett punches this ball up. A late goal for Faze gives them life. Now it's typical. Pushing this ball across. Justin and Garrett playing in close. Wrest that ball away. They're successful for now. Garrett playing it slow. First killer, timing again. He just will not leave. Yeah, he loses to Garrett. He's like, I don't care. I'm not leaving. I'm going to just get the ball away from Justin, too. But still, Justin pushes forward. Back over to Squishy. You just can't stop the General NRG.
Oh, team play of brilliance right here. Justin coming down, showing so many tricks up his sleeve, and in comes Swishy. Out goes Typical, thanks to the bump from Justin and NRG. The pressure was mounting, and they tie up game number 3.
Oh, the kickoff. AJ almost got caught out. Now Squishy might punish him. Oh, rebound, goal! NRG have the lead!
Just like that, they go up by 1. The kickoff goes in favor, and AJ cheated up just a little too far. And that pass from Squishy off the back wall, so crucial. Utilizing that 4th teammate to get the defender out of the way. And you know one thing is for sure, Justin not gonna miss an open net.
Justin's having himself a series. Garrett puts that off the side wall. NRG now in position to take the lead in the series. Again, their major hopes on the line in this series. If they lose this, it's gonna be a tall task. Oh boy, get into that top 5 in the 3rd regional. AJ pushing this ball across over and doesn't make contact with Typical. And NRG are gonna get out with Justin. Back over to Squishy. First killer barely makes the stop.
Oh, and trading demos, that actually favors NRG right here. Gonna put Justin right back on the back line, and Squishy able to get this towards the side wall. And less than 30 seconds to go. All NRG has to do is turtle up.
Justin, next ball cleared out. Typical tried the catch, but it got away from him. First killer's got to be next up. Time's running out. Just launches the ball out. NRG managing the ball still. AJ punches this across, but nobody's there to follow. Typical comes in quick after the next touch, but Garrett G squeezes that one away. First killer, last cry. Free flip reset off the bar, and it's saved by Justin, who protects the rock and puts NRG up 2-1.
And puts FaZe Clan on match point in the lower bracket. The General NRG doing everything that they can to not only keep their hopes alive for this weekend, but keep their hopes alive for going to London for the spring major.
Oh man, this is a chance for FaZe to really put the pin in on NRG, but they just will not go away. And Justin's all over this highlight reel, as he deserves to be. The flip reset pass, beautiful. That one from Squishy, but guess who's there to deliver the strike? It's Justin. It's Justin. It's Justin. It's Justin. He's all over the place in this series, knowing what's at stake for this team to make it to London, and they're putting everything out on the line, Subi, to try to win this best of 5.
Well, and it seems like every ball that he touches, whether it's a shot or a pass, it's just in. Regardless of what he is doing things of brilliance for NRG. So creative, so smart, and holding down the back line. I mean, you said it looked like First Killer had clones all over the field. How about this Justin kid? He is everywhere.
He's going to carry the ball out for NRG. One more game to advance in the lower bracket, and they're already starting to build up to be a crazy lower bracket run for NRG. First killer, I'm going to dive down for the stop. Justin, he's got his target locked onto that net.
Oh, and he's got a little bit of space, and AJ meets him right at the top of the box, and things a little bit of an inverse here in game number 4 as NRG off to the aggressive foot, bringing the offense forward for FaZe Clan.
This one punched forward. This has been something that
Hold him up!
Oh, Typical puts it down, and then he takes the shot away from First Killer. I don't know if First Killer would have gotten to that. It looked like it would have been cleared anyway, but still, NRG are going to push forward regardless.
Yeah, I don't know if he could pull off from that one. That's just one of those situations where he's going for the shot, sees that First Killer's coming, so okay, I'll try and get the pass. And AJ gets past 2, but Yet again, who's up on that back line? None other than Justin holding down the fort for NRG.
And their whole defense has just been a nuisance to deal with. Every touch for Faze, they can't even get consecutive touches on offense. There's always somebody in the way, and they have to win challenge after challenge just to progress forward. And they're not winning those challenges consistently. Here's one from Typical, but Justin plays it out to the side. First killer had to dive, and now AJ has to stay back. This has been rinse repeat for Faze's offense in this series. They have not been able to thwart this NRG defense.
And it seems like it's one and done for Faze Clan. Every shot that they get, NRG is immediately batting back down into the orange half, so they can't really get set on offense and get those plays together. And it's really hard when NRG is really honing in on first killer. We've seen bumps, we've seen demos put on him, and he's been the one that has been putting everything in the net for Faze Clan. AJ, the only one that had one, and that was in game 3. And oh my goodness, first killer gets the save, but still NRG pressing forward.
First killer's moving around with purpose on the pitch right now. He followed Garrett G the whole way. Did not care who was in net in front of him. He knew exactly what Garrett was going for. Now he's gonna go another one with Justin, who can't put it in front of the box. Typical will carry that ball away. These are gonna try to push forward again, but there's Garrett winning the first touch, forcing first killer off the ball with the 50. Demo opens it up. Justin's got the catch. AJ gets the 50. First killer was playing the loss though, and Typical's the whole way back in midfield. That's the problem. When NRG have been playing so well on defense, you just start positioning for the loss on the 50s. You just don't expect to be able to push forward anymore, and it's preventing Faze from getting these follow-up touches. NRG just get more time on the orange half.
And again, first half come and gone, still all tied up. Both teams really reading each other well. Feels like it just takes one little mistake on either half, and that's going to lead to our first goal as Garrett G pushes off his back wall, gets met in midair by Typical. NRG using a lot of boost to try and get out of their own half, and still yet to do so.
Typical drops the ball down. 50s are starting to go Faze's way. That one high off the backboard. AJ's in the air, denied. Here comes Typical, diving in front, stopping the clear from Squishy. Garrett G punching it against the corner. First killer rips it back over, taken away by Justin. And again, AJ, it's not over yet. Protects the ball. Squishy coming back and takes the touch away. Even when AJ thinks he's got the beat on Squishy, Squishy gets the last laugh. First killer in front, and somehow Garrett G ends up coming with the save on the touch. No shot even came from Typical on the play. He couldn't find the angle, and NRG get another clear.
Massive pinch downfield from Squishy to alleviate all that pressure Faze Clan was building up. It felt like, oh my goodness, Garrett G with a snapshot on target, ground pinch. Didn't find its mark, but the unselfish play from Justin over to Garrett G, that pinch doesn't find its mark, but here comes NRG starting to get their offense together in this orange half.
First killer and Typical combining to win another neutral zone challenge.
Oh no!
Here's the pick capacity, tried the pre-flip shot, but it was immediately denied. Garrett was the one who hopped in front. AJ trying to protect the ball. We're approaching the end of regulation. Nobody's been able to score. It feels like it's been Faze who have been able to protect the ball on defense, but they've been unable to really get the chances consistently on offense. 5 shots on net for both teams, but who's really in control, Subi?
No one. They're so evenly matched right now. It feels like neither one can get past midfield, and right as I say that, AJ puts a hard shot on target, but Squishy waiting, and here comes Garrett G to clear this one back, but sent immediately back to the blue half. First killer looking for an insane double, not gonna happen in final 10 seconds. Here we come.
Pushes back around. Justin looking for the clear. Typical's next up in the rotation. Keeps it light for first killer. Up against the ceiling. First killer. Big demo, and it drops right in front of AJ. 0-0 overtime.
Does not feel like it. It felt like nothing but and Squishy gonna have to slow that one down. Traded demos from Garrett G and first killer, gonna slow things up from both teams as Typical leaves that one for AJ, but that extra touch kept it out of his reach. And oh no, Faze Clan opportunity by the wayside.
The miscomm. Typical thinking he's gonna give AJ a clearer shot on the net by getting that little soft touch, but AJ had already committed to the play. Like you said, it took him off the ball instead of onto it. Faze. AJ trying to push down the field. Typical coming in. The challenge goes right towards the net, but Justin is easily able to take the ball away. Start of overtime. Justin, here he comes again. Justin through the defense. Justin off the bar. Oh, it bounced out. First killer is able to save it. Garrett G tries to protect it, but Typical pushes the ball back downfield. Squishy protects the ball in midfield. And again, a battle for the neutral zone. AJ tried it, but Justin's on top of him. First Killer out in front, back to AJ. Redirect not on target. Forces Squishy over to the corner. First Killer wins the touch, back over to Typical. In the corner, do Faze have a shot here? Typical's just gonna follow him himself, but it's taken away by Justin. First Killer follows this one up. AJ's the whole way back. He's not gonna get back to his touch. First Killer gets there, but here come NRG. Transition. Justin falls on top of it, taken away by Typical. Garrett G gonna wait for the push, and Faze settle things down for now.
Could cut the tension with a butter knife right now, Jorby, and feel
Oh,
fast.
no.
No, AJ blocked that. The shot was on target, and the shot went right into his car. He was looking for a bump to clear the goal line, and it just didn't happen. Both teams have had opportunities, and both teams holding down the back line.
Nothing has worked for Faze on offense. It seems like the entire blue half is working against them. First Killer got the touch out. Justin just passed it right back to First Killer. Rips it on target. Squishy's got the save. Rebound. Nobody from Faze is ready for it. And Garrett G gets the 50.
Look at this
Justin's
space.
got space. Here he comes. Underneath. He's got the reset. Garrett gets in front. Justin through traffic. Taken away. AJ's gotten there in time. He misses the ball. First Killer gets bumped off the play. Garrett G plays it over to the corner. Does he got the read? He plays it low. Typical forced the mistouch. Squishy plays it up, but Justin can't commit. And AJ's gonna play the ball out. But my, oh my, Faze were in a dangerous spot there on defense. They get out.
Oh, and that fake from Garrett G went past two Faze members. Thankfully, Typical held true on the ground, didn't quite jump just yet, and was able to get that ball out. And again, Jorby, back and forth. This is absolutely insane, and I wouldn't believe.
Oh!
No way! Oh, and Justin covering up the back line, and I still can't believe that this is 0-0. It has just felt like 5 minutes of pure offense, and still, I don't know how either team has not scored.
This is every Faze game. Every game Faze play, they make it this exciting on offense. Here comes Typical back in front, and when you pair it up against a defense like NRG's, crossbar, the back wall, everything's helping them out. But that's what happens when you got a great defense like NRG, right? Here's First Killer again, pushes it back to AJ, but it's a weak shot. He gets in front, no demo. Squishy plays the ball back out. First Killer got the catch, plays it slow, pops it in front of the box. Typical save, Justin right into him. AJ trying to get that ball, protect the transition, but Squishy pushes forward anyway, and it's taken away by First Killer. Just when you think NRG got the break, here come Faze again. AJ takes it across, and Garrett G puts it back to the corner. Things die down for now, but Faze will not let their foot off the pedal.
Well, and you look at every defender in net for NRG, and they constantly are looking left and right because those demos and bumps keep coming through the goal line. And I just saw Justin jump there, and nobody from FaZe Clan was even there. He is living, or I'm sorry, FaZe Clan is living in his head rent-free at the moment as we're nearing 4 minutes of overtime. You can tell how much this means to FaZe Clan. They want to continue on. If they lose here, they're packing up their bags, and they've got to wait 2 more weeks to play again. And that one just a little too far. And FaZe Clan again marching their way forward, but Justin gets the clear downfield.
No one seemed willing to break. That carry from Justin is massive. He's got no boost left. He allowed Garrett and Squishy to pick up a little bit more in the boost tank. But First Killer wins a big touch. AJ's in the air, and this one's just Justin again. You know what? He's not the thing. He's flying back to make the save.
And the comms again from NRG. I thought for sure Garrett G has to go there, but Justin saw something that no one else did, recognizing that he had the speed, he had the boost, he had the angle to get that touch on the ball. So better to keep Garrett G planted on the ground. And here comes AJ. Can't tuck that under Garrett G. And great defense to cover up every angle of a shot attempt.
Just couldn't get that ball more on target. 3 demos happen. Typical. It's got space. Got the flip reset. What in the world is happening? It's not pinball. This is Rocket League. Thank you. AJ barely gets the touch. First Killer has to come back to this ball quickly because here comes Garrett G. Across, taken away. And whoo, Typical gets the touch before he gets deleted. NRG are ready to respond. Justin's downfield. Take it away. It was AJ flying in on the defense. Typical sends it flying downfield. Another demo. And explosions happening everywhere on the field. Someone's going to get smoked eventually. First Killer can't get ball out. It's actually Garrett. Wanted Squishy across, but Typical's ready to defend. Over a full game of Rocket League played, neither team seemed willing to bend. First Killer plays it back across, and Garrett G is right there. They will not leave the thirds. Garrett G sends it across. Typical plays it on the back wall. Squishy waits. Squishy, no touch. Justin rebound taken away by AJ, who'd already flipped for it yesterday. Here he comes. comes, taken away by Garrett G. First killer plays this up. He's only got 5 boosts. What's he gonna do with it? Well, he's got an enforcer in front. Puts it up. Typical's in the air. He can't put that one on target, though. He was too far away. 6 minutes of overtime played, Subi. Nobody able to score.
Oh my goodness. We're getting a buy one, get one free here with this series as Garrett G gets met by first killer. And I cannot believe this is 0-0 right now. How are they defending all of these shots? How are they coming out with all these insane mechanics? Well, it's first killer going head to head against Justin. NRG, Faze Clan never seems to disappoint. The shot on target, and Squishy covers up the goal line, and still, I cannot believe this, Jorby. 23 shots on target for Faze Clan, and not a single one has found its mark.
For perspective, NRG have 11. They have double their output. Oh my goodness, Justin. He's going down the field. Why not? We're gonna be doing that for another 6 minutes and 56 seconds. First killer, playing that one across the ramp. Justin waits, hoping for a mistouch. He was just given one. It's typical though. He's got the handle. Justin almost got that dunk, and that little play right there, that really puts a picture in how this whole game has felt. Just inches apart. Justin in front, got the 50 against first killer. Shots taken away. Immediately getting in front of it was AJ. As typical, here he comes again. Does he have it? AJ got a bump.
Reset.
Typical, reset, but it's taken away. Justin gets up on the backboard. First killer gets the touch, but it's out away from the rotation. Squishy wins this one. Nobody can break down the defense of the other. Nobody can find a way to demo this brick wall. Brick. Let's be honest, brick's pretty easy to take down. This is titanium steel.
This is something, Jorby. I don't know what it is. I don't know if titanium's the strongest thing out there, but I'll believe you. You're the scientist here. No, I don't know. Hey, you know more than I do.
Vibranium's made up, but it's certainly more than steel.
Down. And you saw Squishy going for the bump on Typical there. Typical just held down, made sure keep his ground, and AJ gets the flip reset, gets the bump. Garrett G, not the greatest touch. Typical has the play, but nobody downfield. AJ and first killer both had to rotate out. Both low on boost, but this is going to get sent immediately back down to the blue half, and Faze Clan again getting their offense started, looking to get their 25th shot of the series.
First killer trying to set this ball back up. Oh, AJ just found the shot, but Squishy was ready for it. Ball really right into him. Now Garrett pushing this one back over to the corner. First killer sends it right back. Game of boomer ball breaks out in overtime.
I don't know if you're aware, Jorby, but this is the lower bracket, and this is our first match of the day. Just as a heads up.
This is a best of 5. They're trying to extend it to best of 7. I figured it out now. That's why neither team has scored. Like best of 5, that wasn't enough. We need to have this game go 10 minutes. Everyone's heart's at home. I'm sure NRG and FaZe fans are really just. Make sure you're drinking water. I can imagine.
Oh boy, this is not good.
That's too light of a shot, though. AJ the rebound, taken away by Justin, but it's still a good 50 for FaZe, and Garrett just, what? Stolen away, getting bumped. Nobody ready for FaZe yet. They have to wait for Justin. It gets right by Typical. First killer wants a pass over to AJ. A little dangerous. AJ waits, and he gets that touch from Garrett. AJ off the ceiling, a demo on the back end, but the shot is just not there. You saw him have to avoid Squishy on the bump.
28 shots for Faze Clan, and 29 coming right about now. No follow-up. Squishy can just snapshot that one on target. His first killer rotated back. Big miss on that back wall, but it actually favors them as AJ is going to push that one back forward towards first killer. And NRG, why not? They've already paid rent. Just live in this back half. Live on defense and just wait for Faze Clan to push forward.
Subi, 2 players, Squishy and Justin, have over 1,000 points. Squishy alone has 10 saves. Justin has 9 saves. Garrett has 4. What are you doing on defense, Garrett? Come on. He's doing a lot. I don't mean that seriously, but Justin pushes that downfield. We're over 10 minutes of gameplay. NRG for the win, but it's taken away. Justin 50 out. First killer's not ready for it. Gets downfield. Justin forces the 50 out. Now Squishy's got control. Is he gonna push down the field? He didn't have a lot of boost, but he does force the 50 out. Justin coming from across. Neither team willing to make a mistake. The positioning is extremely safe from both squads. And they've been making ridiculous reads, especially when you look at FaZe on offense. The reads that NRG have come up with on defense against them Oh, wonder that this ball has not gone into the net. Off the ramp, it's taken away again. No matter what they do, demos, they try flip resets, they're trying back passing, they're trying, even deleting players on the field isn't working. Garrett G flipping this forward, he's just giving up the ball to First Killer. First touch, second touch, in front, back to AJ, taken away by Justin, rebound, typical, off the wall, taken away, and the NRG have a breakaway. It's a race towards the ball, and AJ's going to get there, and somehow, Faze get all of the backboard rebounds, and they don't get the goal because Justin is absolutely insane.
31 shots from Faze Clan in one game, not the series, one game. And this is a best of 5. I can't wait to see their total shots for this entire series. But either way, we're looking at two teams posturing up in midfield, trying to get those shoulders as broad as they can, trying to get the first team to flinch. But both teams playing so well on that back half and just so strict on their defensive rotations. It is absolutely insane. And here comes Justin, look for a bump on AJ. Get him with the ball a little too high.
Oh, that was it. NRG could have ended the series. Instead, here comes First Killer down the other way. Pitch. Oh, it's on the post and it bounces over to Squishy. Are you kidding me? This is not legal in a game of Rocket League. Can somebody check the lobby credentials because I'm a little suspect, okay? That is absolutely ridiculous. This is now the longest overtime this season, not in RLCS history. That's like 17 minutes and 41 seconds. I don't know if we're gonna get there or not, okay? Here's another pass back over to AJ, taken away by Garrett.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe this. I cannot believe the amount of shots that we're seeing, but better yet, the amount of saves from the General NRG. 27! How in the world do they keep turning away all of these Faze Clan shots?
Oh, we're gonna hit the maximum score counter at this point.
It's gonna break the server.
First Killer! Oh, Justin! How? He read that so long ago. He's like, yeah, First Killer's gonna go for the flip reset double. I got that blocked easy. No problem.
Wow. I didn't realize tarot cards were legal in RLCS, but here we are.
Oh, Squishy rolling this ball up. This game is gonna go on forever. First Killer pops his ball
Maybe
up on
not.
the ceiling. What does he got? Flip reset, taken away by Garrett. It's not working. They're trying literally everything. Faze have thrown their entire arsenal. Everything this team is worth on offense. Here comes NRG. Bouncer, it was a weak shot. Rebound is off target. What? That one was supposed to go in. Justin had the opening. And Sophie, they missed it.
Well, I mean, he's so used to keeping the ball out of the net, so he was doing the same exact thing there. I mean, it only makes sense.
I don't know what I expected you to say, but I didn't expect you to say that. Faze pushing that ball out. Oh, man. Quick transition.
No way.
Quick shot.
Oh,
Goal! NRG stack bricks to the stratosphere. And they withstand enormous pressure from Faze. 13 minutes and 56 seconds of overtime. And the General NRG move on in the tournament.
Bang! Bang! Longest overtime in North American history. And look at NRG. You think they need a little bit of a break?